Okay. Hopefully you can hear my voice. Let me make sure I can hear it myself. Okay, I can. That should be fine. So, big news regarding Bitcoin. Some kind of ETF approval has happened, which is cool. However, you got to be really careful on this one. Why? Because generally these have been the times where you could have been just buying Bitcoin previously, and now that there is news that there is some kind of ETF approved, isn't this exactly the situation where you'd be thinking about selling the news, right? It definitely will, and is. So keep that in mind if you want to be true Bitcoin bull. I'm going to be talking about Bitcoin structures later, but we did hit that 49k area, which is cool. Not really cool looking structure here that I have currently overlaid on, but regardless, let's go through the regular things and then we can get back to Bitcoin in a bit. So as we know, everything basically has been dumping now, not only Bitcoin. We did get a nice three-way structure in here. However, we got that moved downwards at the moment, which seems to be very powerful. This is again happening on cryptos and everything else basically, and only just happened in the last couple of few hours basically. Dow Jones, I was expecting still one more high. Of course it is possible that we're doing that. This three-way going up is not a good thing, especially how hard the rejection coming down from is, coming down from that area is. That is definitely not a good thing, a good look. So at the moment we could still be creating some kind of wave 4. We could be just creating some kind of running triangle in here. Nothing really is out of the question as of yet. But yeah, to me these are the areas where we are, or I am interested in, well, basically starting to take all the longs off basically here. I only have the Nasdaq at the moment to open anymore, which we can take a look at next. This was the area or the box that we were looking for previously. Let's see, I think that might have shifted based on the extensions here. Let's see, what were these about? Was this the ABC? Yeah, ABC, which again with the extensions was moved. So this was now the areas of interest. So it's still a bit higher though, these areas. And yeah, we've been going very sideways. I would be surprised, to be honest, if we would be doing this. I would be surprised. Although this and this fits decently well together. This being a three-wave, I don't think fits the fifth wave too well, right? As we're expecting 5 waves up. Of course, if we hold this low, we could be getting a diagonal here where this three-way structure would be a wave 1, then 3 ways down, 2, and so on. So we'd be getting something like this. I don't generally agree on getting truncations on any kind of fifth waves. So I would be expecting us to take the high at some point still. We could be taking out this low here 37,400 ish before moving up, but I would definitely not be expecting it to dump really hard. Similar on S&P 500, massive dump. You could be looking for potential play here. Previously, this definitely felt like a 5-wave up here, but we did create this weird structure here. Maybe this is a diagonal at the end here. Check out Nasdaq, because that had a bit better structure here at the end. This again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. We have loads of divergences here, and again we were like waiting for some kind of correction. I was not expecting this kind of correction though, and I still kind of like the idea that this would be a 5-wave, something like this. It's kind of ugly, this 5th wave, but they seem to be very ugly in any case here. The only issue with this count is this, because this kind of felt like 5 waves coming down as well. And if we have a 5 waves going up, why is this? Because again, now we are looking like this is a 5 wave coming down again. So the market is kind of playing weird games a bit. You could be looking for shorts, of course, the 786 here, previous areas of interest. Again, taking that liquidity and then just dropping. If we were thinking that all of these are 5-wave moves, what you'd be doing, so 5, 5, 5, you'd be looking for a setup here for a short against this high somewhere, and this would be happening something like this. And as you were expecting this to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you'd be looking for another short here, say on top of this wave 1. So this would be a hedge position for that same. And again, if this indeed is a 5 wave and this is a 5 wave, again starting something new, well, you'd be doing something like this. Something like that. So 3 setups if all of these are 5 waves. And yeah, they are really kind of powerful looking structures, all of these. So market has been quite jumpy as of late, right? Because we are getting these kind of structures forming. And this would still fit the higher time frame narrative that we had, as this was a potential wave 3. We'd be looking for something like this here overall. Higher time frame, of course. And this is the bullish scenario. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Again, we've been talking about how this looks very out of proportion, this wave 4 in comparison to this and here. I do agree with that. But yeah, that is the way I currently have it labeled. We'll see if that holds or not later. But we can set alerts here at probably something like, I feel like 786 is never basically hitting on this, except we just saw 1786 hit somewhere. Where was it? Was it Dow? Maybe it was Dow. I can't remember where it was. So maybe I'll just set an alert here at 786 retracements. This current move here around 16992. Russell, as you saw on the other indices, we remember previously on macro picture how bad Russell has been looking like, right? Where all the other indices have been basically here at these areas, right around their all-time highs. But Russell has been in this very sideways box, right? That is the exact same thing here happening again on very small time frame. It is completely possible that we are not going to be getting this fifth here, and this fifth already happened and topped on that December 28th high. This 5 wave down is that exact same structure that we were talking about here, this 5. But again, as Russell seems to be way worse in performance, we never retraced anything basically. 38.2, and that is definitely not something that I would be trading. DAX, very similar as well, right? But yeah, those are the indices. Few setups there, if you were following along. Go through some stocks here. I was looking for this as a potential long, or I took this long as a long. We got this very sideways move here, and this, now that we did break this low, confirms that this is the end of something here. Okay, but I've still yet to figure out what it is the end of. We have kind of pivot here, here, here. Then we have some kind of 3-way structure here, and then we have this. Is this a WXY already finished? Like so? Based on the pivots, sure, that is possible. However, as we are looking at the extension targets that we generally look at, we don't even get to the 618 here. Sure, we are close to it, but we don't get it. Log scale, even worse. Yeah. Would have been way better if we had even touched it. It's relatively close. So you could be saying that, okay, that is very possible, right? But yeah, this was the trade. It didn't go as planned. Sometimes they don't. And yeah, that's that. WXY. This looks like a pretty bad of a dump at the moment, right? So wave Y, we'll see if this turns into some kind of retracement move, and then we get a continuation. It could be that that would be the basically the ABC here of this wave Y. So we'd be getting another 3 waves and then another 3 waves to make this wave Y larger, because in the amount of time that we create this wave W, that would be very short, I feel like. 618 right at the dot here. Yeah, but yeah, 618 is something that we'd be searching for generally, at least. So it gives a better market symmetry, right? Never took this one based on how strong this move was. Baba. I mean, now it would be perfect time to go long, right? Against the low here, this around 70 low here. But I'm not sure if I want to. It's still ugly. I don't know. GME, not going to touch that. Netflix, nothing really there. Boeing had a gap I'm interested about, but it's so late. I wonder if we have some kind of 1-2-1-2 setup here to the downside, and we are getting a couple more lows before we are getting some kind of retracement, maybe into that 240 or 250 area. Coinbase bleeding as everything else is bleeding. Apple did get its way for here. It's not something that I would, because this is very it is kind of strong, right? It's possible that this is done now. It's kind of retraced a lot as well. Almost to the 0.5. That's kind of a lot. But yeah, 3, 4 and 5 still to go on Apple, in my opinion. And then we can get a retracement before a continuation. Amazon actually did a massive move up in here. 2% on the 11th, so a couple of days back. No, 11th. Today is 11th. It did it today? Okay. Was it the CPI news that is now dropping everything? Probably is. But yeah, this is a really strong move as well to the upside. And we are talking about on S&P 500 or one of the indices where we could have had that multiple trade combo, looking for longs at the lows, shorts at the tops, and so on. Here we have taken out the highs already, so we can't really trade based on that. We could still play this as being some kind of 5. It's ugly for sure, but it's still possible, I guess. Not really anything structurally that you could go with here. It's possible that this is still wave 4 and we get one more high. ARC bleeding still. We did get that similar sideways structure like we generally do get in wave 4s. So potential 4th and 5th coming now down here. And then potential retracement. I think that is going to still take time. PayPal is kind of looking strong here, but there's no wave count that supports this. This like looks kind of good, but yeah. You could have this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it's not that good because we don't have divergence. Palantir still following this count ish. B, A here, C, and then we are getting this swing for the X. We'll see if that turns out and how long that turns out. It could be done here as well. End phase. Not really too good looking, to be honest. We had that ABC going up, and now we have this very strong move to the downside. I think we are going to be getting some kind of retracement. Some kind of retracement on this. And if we get in that in 3, I definitely want to short, because this is something that most likely will happen. Either this is part of this ABC is part of the larger correction that is correcting the structure coming down, or we are doing a continuation of this structure downwards already. But I feel like it is just part of the structure before we do another leg up. That would fit the best, because on the higher time frame we talked about this this cycle degree structures, but let's not get into that again. Mara did have this potential 5 and some kind of 3. It's kind of hard to label. Some kind of 3 here, maybe triangle here, I'm not quite sure, but yeah, fits perfectly well to have another 3 ways coming down. But this whole structure going up has looked, at least to me, that is more like a 3. But it doesn't seem to be respecting too much of the wave structures that we generally use for Elliott, so I'm not really too into it. Microsoft, similar. to Amazon, taking out the highs, and then coming down. Not quite sure what this is. Maybe some kind of triangle where this would be some kind of A, B, C, D, E. Super, super ugly. But yeah, that would fit it. Instead of that, a WXY, right? So maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that would be the tip top. And then we would have maybe some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I couldn't really. I think we talked about Microsoft last week as well. That couldn't really get a good looking structure in here for the idea that this would be a wave B. Because generally my expectation is still this on most, or basically everything, and that is very bearish. But some of the tech stocks do have a decent looking firework going up, so that is definitely something to keep in mind, that we don't need to be overly bearish. And I just spilled a drink into my white hoodie. Nice. Good job, me. Good job. Well, Nvidia. I don't know about this though, because this to me looks like or this more likely, or this could be something like that. I don't know. Maybe this is 3 retracement 3. See if this hits the wave B pocket exactly 1.236. Huh. But if this is not wave 4, nah, it would be so weird. I don't know. I feel like this could be some kind of diagonal here. I don't know, but it's so ugly. Super ugly, super ugly. There has to be some kind of other explanation for this mess here that I just don't see. I was looking at this as 3 here, consolidation and 3. Then we could have this this whole thing as a ABC, and if we have this as A, B, and then C. But then you would be saying that we have 4 and 5 like so, but this wave 4 is so large in comparison to this very small 2. It doesn't make too much sense. Right. Yeah, I feel like the structure just is not that good. Let's see if there is anything here locally. Okay, at least Nvidia is doing some kind of retracement at least. But Nvidia didn't have a really massive dump here, right? Okay, so 3rd is larger. Okay, so 5th is larger. You could have this as a diagonal here. It's kind of have to force it. But this being a potential 3, if we are to pivot, we should be pivoting soon, if this is the same structure. And then we do this. But I don't generally trade the diagonals, because those are overlapping structures and remind more of a correcting structure, which this definitely can be. You could just say that we have this as 3 here, and I wouldn't really say no to that either. Because you have a decent looking 3 here, decent looking 3 here, WXY short. Sure, the wave Y would be short. Does not get to the 1-to-1, which maybe would fit more into the idea that we have it as a diagonal downwards. But yeah, maybe it comes down. It shouldn't go past the 200 extension here too. Otherwise it's again out of proportion compared to this first leg here. Okay, it looks like we might be getting a rejection here. But yeah, I'm not trading during the live stream, so check out some crypto. Let's talk about Bitcoin then. Let's talk about Bitcoin then. Massive dump here. How much was that? Like 3K? Oof. 6.5%. Let's take a look at the higher time frame structure that we've been pondering about for so long. ABC, this is still very much of a possibility that we are soon to be topping. The only question mark to me is the origins here. These are very much of a mess. We had a 3-wave here to start the whole thing. We have another 3-wave here. Then definitely not good. But based on the extensions that we are getting, this is the way I'm labeling this at the moment. Highest high on RSI, third of the third, third of third, divergence between the third and fifth of third, and now we are getting that divergence from third against the potential fifth, potential end of C as well. Sometimes we do get divergence between A and C, not mandatory though, for me at least. But we did hit these major targets that we had here as an ABC. This is the area of interest, 49.8 to, well, basically 44K-ish extension box. And that was hit. And yeah, it's definitely possible to see that this whole thing could be already done. That should be here. And this should be here. Now, I'm not saying that this is a perfect diagonal. It looks horrible. It doesn't fit the extension targets. It doesn't fit anything, basically. Just make sure that wave 3 is not the smallest. Yeah, it is just slightly larger than wave 1. And fifth is probably even smaller. But yeah, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here. So yeah, I guess that fits. Some kind of diagonal here, oh, divergence here. Can't really fit it into this wick, because again, RSI is based on the closes of the candles and not the wicks. You could be setting it through the options though. But yeah, this rejection is kind of massive. You could be looking for short setups already. I'm going to be looking for some altcoins that might have this kind of setup for a continuation of at least a 3-wave. If there is more to be gained, then sure, fine, why not? Bitcoin might be one of those as well, but it would be nice to see some kind of altcoin that doesn't have this very sideways structure, right? So that would mean that we don't have the possibility of, or it would be less likely to have the possibility of this being a structure like this, because this fire wave, could be a wave 1 of some kind of flat structure here, and then this whole expectation that we have some kind of diagonal here is just wrong, right? NG as in natural gas. I think we can take a look at commodities later. But yeah, Bitcoin, I would be, again, as I mentioned at the early parts of the live stream, that about the news or the approval of the ETF. Maybe it's just a sell the news thing, because we've been talking about that thing for so long again. Everyone has been hyping it up, and while it's a great thing locally and midterm, that could be just bad. Even the higher level players could be just been buying Bitcoin all along, and and now that we get into some areas that they seem to be happy with, and we get some kind of news event that could be boosting newbies into the market again, well, just rug pull again, and yeah, we could be coming down fast. To me, this still whole thing has been a 3 wave into these lows here, and I would be expecting a continuation, to be honest. I don't want it, but that's what I'm expecting. That's the target box basically that I'm eyeing on. Of course, this depends completely on the pivot point here. If we pivot, and if we are coming down at all, we don't know. But yeah, there's still nothing really here that makes me overly bullish. 1-to-1, was that hit? No, it wasn't. I think I missed by $500 or something. But yeah, let's go to the next one, ETH. I don't know about ETH. This kind of looks like some kind of fire wave that is still to go. Like 1, 2, another 1, 2. This could be part of this whole thing here. 4, 5, micro, 3, 4, 5. Kind of, I still like the idea there. But does it get a continuation? I don't know. But yeah, otherwise it looks decent well. BNB. Some kind of 3 wave here. Super ugly. It could be even best 3 here, 3 here, or let's see. Yeah, this is kind of hard to say because we have these wicks again. Low's low here though on RSI. Not going to be trading that, no. Litecoin looks like a 3 going up. ZIL, another 3 wave. However, ZIL is one of those more weak ones that took out this low that we had on January 3rd. Like LTC has not taken out that low. DOT. This could have one more high though. So this would be some kind of flat. And now we are in that wave C here, where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be looking kind of decent, to be honest. I'm going to add another high, alert the highs, see if this breaks it, and then I could be looking for shorts again. Multiple of these alts definitely has this formation of being a 3-wave going up, and we are still hitting those extensions. Some of the alts do do have gone beyond the 1.618 and looks more bullish based on the structure alone. Matic, one of those, I think. It looks kind of extended. Right, the 1.618 here. Sideways, boop, up. This being 3, another 3, and then continuation similar to this one. These are big moves though. Super big moves. This, however, looks more like done. But there's divergence here, yeah. Yeah. Some of these do have very weird structure before it though, if this is indeed is a 3. It's not that easy to label the previous structure to it. Especially if you want to be trading and not just analyzing the chart. When you have 3-wave here, when some of the alts haven't taken out this low, it's not the best. It's not the best. Most of these that had this kind of nice run here did not get back to the like 786. I had few alerts and posts about this this structure here, but none of those hit. We never got back into those, like ICP and Mina and stuff like that. That looked decent. Similar to this, to be honest. I'm not sure if this did hit the 786. No, it did not. No. Where did you get those indicators? Cluster algorithm. I think that was removed. Cluster. I'm not sure. Not my scripts. Favorites. Community. I think they had it previously available to everyone, but no more. I think they are selling it now or something. Cluster. And then this RSI here, this just modified by me. And you get this if you're in the Patreon group that I have. I generally don't use the cluster algorithm, to be honest. This is good enough for me. This RSI with the interest areas, because that gives like a decently good areas like this top here. Of course, it doesn't provide, and you can't really just go based on the signals like here. This was long areas here, sure. This was short, long here, and so on. Phantom. Yeah, this was exactly the same thing here, but it didn't have a very good like 5 waves up, so that's why I wasn't in on it. But this did, maybe. I think it tagged the 786 there. ADA, 3 waves up, definitely has the potential of being done here. Divergence with a major rejection here. But again, this could be definitely just a 3-wave here. I'm not quite sure. Macro outlook on Link. I think Link is coming up in a couple of minutes. So 3 here, 3 here. So many of these have this same structure, being 3 here, and then another 3 maybe something like that, more likely. So many of these have the same structure. Cake. 3 ways up. Yeah, this was hitting that 1-to-1. Chain link. This has been the macro like 5 that I've been talking about, but the issue with this count, however, is this. I don't know what's going on here. I can't really explain it with Elliott wave. More locally, this looks very nice. There is a chance that this was a wave 4 and that we are getting one more pump. If not, then wave 4 was here and this was 5th. But then we have that issue that this again becomes some kind of 3, which fits more into that bullish idea, because again this is some kind of expander flat in that case. What's my name? H. 3 up here. Yeah, couple of different ways of looking at it for sure. If you want to be bullish, this is probably some kind of diagonal here. Solana. I'm not sure if I like this count at all. I probably don't. I feel like this was kind of forcing the idea that we are still looking for a wave B here. If you're looking at this on log scale. Looking for this wave B here. And we would be looking for this as a ABC. This is extending beyond the 1.6 minutes. So again, there is a chance that this could be a 1-2, 1-2. Some kind of 3, 4, 5, or that this third would be just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where this third of this green degree, which would be minute, would be here. And we are now getting a sideways, and then one more pump up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we still get one more, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Of course, the extensions here might be way out of the question, but yeah, you get the structural point of view. But if this is done like so, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's very ugly. But yeah, we did hit the 786 retracements on log scale, and then we could be getting a retracement or continuation, sorry, to this previous structure, which was the potential A, because this could have been 5 wave here. So that is the reason Solana is so scary to me, because this structure here, of course, that gets invalidated completely if we get the highs, but there is so much for that again to happen. 258-ish, and now we're below 100. Well, basically 2x from current highs that we had on December. Yeah. Again, very same on Atom, 3 ways up. I'll go similar, very weak though, not getting anywhere close to that 1-to-1 extension. This is similar again, but it's a bit different because this came down so low. XRP. Yeah, similar that 3 wave, I feel like. But this was the 3rd wave. Oh, well, 3rd of January, yeah. It's a bit different. I think XRP has been acting way different again against the market. But the structure itself, it's not easy. I think we might have some kind of potential triangle in here, and we have some kind of 3 here. If this comes again as a 3 wave up, then it's not good. because I don't know how to explain this one. This is just bad looking. Just very dumpy. Let's go through some of the commodities still. Natural gas. I think Kenny talked about this earlier. About the potential here against the low. Definitely. And now it has pumped a lot. But the issue is that these areas here could be some kind of three-wave-ish structure as well. Or some kind of corrective structure where we just do this and then just dump and continue the previous higher time frame structure. So this to me looks like a 5 here. Sure, we could get up more. Let's see some of the targets here. Oh, we did hit 1-to-1 here. So there is a chance that it's already done, this extension. This kind of, like, looking at this structure wise, you probably just shouldn't look at the structure, should just probably look at the extension targets on these. No divergence whatsoever. RSI can't help you on some of these. Nat gas is definitely one of those where it's way less reliable. US oil. Very choppy. We did get that 3-wave up, but this is very strong looking as well, coming down. But again, if you want to be looking like, okay, say that this is a file wave. Can it be part of anything previous to it? Yes, it can. It can be part of this. So going short on anywhere here against the high is kind of risky. More risky than the possibility where if we only had a peak here, let's say that we had a structure like that coming up, and then we get a file wave. I don't see it possible being a part of this, because this being structure is so out of proportion. It doesn't make too much sense, right? So again, trading US oil or oil on these is kind of bad. But this again, like definitely opportunity. Like this here is better going long, because again, what we had here was a potential 3-wave coming down. We had a basically some kind of V cut here, meaning that we had a massive move to the upside after a potential 5. So you'd be going long against this low, and you'd still be profit, even though you have no idea what this structure might be. Thank you. Looks like most of the coins, including Bitcoin, suddenly corrected to the 618 retracement just to, again, start the correction for the final leg to the downside. I mean, that is definitely a possibility, yeah. It definitely is. But remember, there is always a bull scenario as well. So you don't have to be only bear. You just trade structures. Even if I would be right with this, I wouldn't make money, because I'm not betting. Because you see the issue here, if I was to short this kind of setup, I would have to think that, okay, we have a 3 here, then we have a 3, right? Where is the invalidation? There's not really a clear invalidation on this. We could just do this. This whole thing could even become a expanded flat, where we take out the all-time highs and then crash, take out the 15k lows, right? But of course, based on the extensions, it's not really probable. But yeah, to my expectation is still to the downside. Same as on all the indices. Like if we are talking about US indices, let's maybe not the Nasdaq, because that is the most bullish one. Yes, for example, this whole thing could be a W, X, Y, X, Z into the lows. Then we have some kind of three wave going up. At the moment, this can be labeled into some kind of diagonal. It's super ugly looking as well. Based on this would have been the best reverse point. At the moment, I'm not quite sure what this is doing. Maybe it's doing a 3 here, some kind of W, X, Y, X, Z, down again, and then another 3, right? And at that point again, we would be super close to the all-time highs, and then we could be creating that flat structure. Or that would create this kind of a shape where we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No divergence though. But yeah. Q1 2024 will probably not bring mega bull run everyone is waiting for. It's hard to say, to be honest. I generally don't really care about the higher time frame. Of course, I do have like investments on Bitcoin and other altcoins, right? But those are higher time frame. Those are like, I don't trade those at all. Those are just investments that I throw money into, and on very high time frame, and at some point, hopefully, this will be running. But trade wise, I don't really care because I don't trade this high time frame. I trade probably like 15 minutes or 1 hour max or something like that for the structures itself. Can Bitcoin be 1212 started from 15k low? I mean, yeah. The only issue that I see with that is the extensions here, right? Even if this is the same structure, 1, 2, 1, 2, right? This secondary structure here is so much larger to this one, and this should be larger in degree. So if this is a minute degree, the next structure should be smaller, aka not go beyond the 1-to-1 extension. So something like this. Then we would have that proper look, where this would be better looking at least. But of course, there has been scenarios where this is the case, where the smaller degree wave structure has been starting to extend based on the overall market, I don't know, sentiment, I guess. And everything has been just starting to run from there. Bitcoin ETF was the Trojan horse to get everyone excited to bring the mummies and daddies into dump shit. Everyone later, I guess. Yeah. Yep. That fits the narrative very well. Very well. But again, we don't need to be really worrying about that too much. I just want to be trading these kind of setups. 19 to 31k. Oh, you have it this 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. I mean, it's possible. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2. The only issue that I have is this here on RSI. But if you don't use RSI, then then it's not a worry for you. I have a system that RSI is very, very important on that, and this breaks the idea. But yeah, that's more about the RSI course that I have. But yeah, not explaining that fully here. But yeah, interesting times for sure for Bitcoin and all crypto. Although it might be not the way we want. The up only does not only exist, or always exist, I guess. But yeah, this looks kind of dumpy to me. Probably would need to go through my Bing X list here to see if I can find better or some good looking alts to short. But yeah, I think that is pretty much everything I wanted to cover. Again, if you're interested in signal service, countrendcapital.com. You can find us there. And if you're interested in more RSI, that thing that I was just talking about, you can check out Udemy. And yeah, that is pretty much everything for today. Warm welcome to Wall Street, says from Wales. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, welcome. But that's all. Thanks for watching, and catch you again next week. Hope you have a good rest of the week. Bye bye.